I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome back to the A&M podcast.
Wow. Do we need a new, jingle?
No.
No.
The jingle plays right before this. Since I don't hear it.
Yeah. I know. I feel like we should, hum it while it's coming. It fades out right when we start talking. It fades out. So.
Anyways.
Yeah. So this week, we wanted to talk about procrastination, which is ironic because we had a little issue with the recording of this episode. And for some reason, we had no audio. We only had video, which I don't know if there's many people in the audience that are lip readers, but that I don't think it would have been a good episode. So we're
lucky for you. I memorized the entire transcript from that. Good. First time that we filmed this.
You should have told me that. We could have just done voiceover.
That would be funny.
Bad voiceover.
That would be funny. We should have just done that.
That would actually be more work than just what we're doing, though.
No, you just record this, take the audio, flip it onto that.
Yeah, that would. There'd be times you'd be talking and my mouth would be moving. It'd be confusing for everyone. So.
Well, so we filmed it, recorded it, whatever you want to call it. And then days later now, here we are. Not like too much of a peek behind the curtain there, but I'm not going to lie. I think sometimes when you feel like you're on the ball for something and then something happens like that, it just really unmotivated me.
Yeah.
It was like,
and I still don't know what happened because the equipment, we always hook it up the same way. We actually had one other time where something similar happened. But it was because I hooked the equipment up wrong, and I have it hooked up today the same way I did then. I did what a professional podcast would do and did a test recording before to make sure everything was working, and it was.
Beautiful.
But I still don't know what happened last week. We're
here now.
Yeah. So if you care, this is take 2. And the good news is we forgot what the topic was, so we probably forget what we said. So this will all be fresh.
Yeah, we have new opinions now.
Yeah.
I'm a different person now, and I've
learned since last week.
I have new opinions.
Yeah.
Okay, so, when we first filmed this, I asked you a question. I asked you if somebody's flight comes in at 6:30, what time? Are you leaving? What time are you getting there?
Yeah.
But you know what? To be honest,
I still think it sounds like an algebra problem, but
so when
two trains leave Memphis at the same time, why is anybody riding a train when there's a plane?
Oh man, hold on, I have to sneeze.
Wait, I'll play some music.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gone. No, it's fine. But you know what? I think that is not really a procrastination question.
You're right.
I think what really is okay, if you're going to a concert, right? Or the movies, because we were also talking about being late places.
Yeah. So I think I think that's it. I think that's more a being late question maybe than a procrastination question.
Because your flight lands at 6:30, you're not hopping off the plane waiting for me outside at 6:30. So I'm allowed to be late to that.
Right. And it's like I said, when I'm at the airport, especially if I'm coming home or if I'm going somewhere where I know someone and they're coming to pick me up, I'd much rather that I was standing outside waiting for them to come than they were riding around in circles waiting for me to get my act together and get out, to be picked up.
That's my favorite part. You know what I don't like? I don't like, actually, no, I won't say my tip. Well, I'll say my tip because I don't really go to the airport that much anyways. The perfect tip is to have whoever you're picking up go to departing instead of arriving.
Yep, we always do that.
Because then there's a shorter line than the people crowding up in arriving.
Yeah, we always do that. You shouldn't have gave that tip because now everyone's going to do it.
You do go to the airport a lot.
Yeah, I do. I'm going out a week from the day this airs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Wow, it's exciting.
Yeah. It's a business trip.
I couldn't tell you the last time I was on an airplane, honestly.
Yeah.
I just know I don't like waiting. So the thing is, I'm not always on time, but if I'm picking somebody up, I like to be on time because I know when I'm getting picked up, I hate
Right.
waiting. I remember when you guys would sometimes like pick me up from school or something.
Yeah.
I would hate just standing outside waiting. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. To me, maybe it's because it's because I just think too much. But to me, there's something embarrassing about just standing there, like waiting for someone to
Looking
pick you
like you
up.
don't. Well, yeah, but today you can make it look like you're busy because you just open your cell
You
phone
could,
and
or
start
Ubers.
doing the cell phone thing.
Yeah, like back in the day,
Right. Yeah, you could just look like you're waiting for your Uber.
back in the day before there were cell phones. Like if you saw somebody alone in their car just talking, you'd be like, "Wow, look at that!
Yeah.
Look at that crazy person over
Yeah.
there talking to themselves in their empty car."
Yeah.
But now
Or
I
they're
can talk to
talking back to the
myself.
radio.
But now I can talk to myself in my car, and you just think that I'm on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no idea.
I got to be honest though, when I still do see somebody in their car by themselves, I give it a second look like, wait, and then I think about it and I go, they're probably
Oh, they're
they're
probably
probably
on
on speakerphone.
the phone. Anyways, yeah. So I'm habitually late, but I don't like being late
Okay.
when it has to do with somebody waiting on me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would
You know what I
agree
mean?
there. I'm always more concerned about being late somewhere if it's going to impact somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. Like if my, being late is, like you're talking about, I'm picking somebody up and my being late is gonna impact them, then I'm more, or I'm going somewhere to to like watch somebody's house or like watch Oliver, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I need to get there so that they can get somewhere that they need to.
To, like,
Yeah, then I
prevent holding them up.
absolutely want to be
That's true too. Yeah.
on time.
Yeah. I don't want to be the reason that somebody else is late, which I have been sometimes. Like when I'm coming over here sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just think I have that extra minute. Sometimes I do.
You're also a late party person, right? You're somebody who doesn't like to be the first one there.
Because I think that if somebody is having a party, and I know I'm not alone on this, I think that if somebody is having a party and they say, party starts at 8, I'm not even going to say 7. Parties don't start at 7. Party starts at 8. I can show up at any time. Maybe not, I'm not going to show up at like 1 if I know that normally this person who's throwing a party, their parties usually are winding down by like 1, 2 o'clock. I'm not going to show up at 1 or 2 o'clock. I'm going to show up earlier than that so that I can still enjoy the party. But if it's a party, I can show up at any time, I think.
I mean, so at what point though?
And if I miss you there, I miss you there.
No, but at what point showing up after the start time? How far after the start time of the party?
It's like too late to show up.
Is it like, I don't want to say rude, but I guess rude. Rude to show up. Is it bad etiquette to show up? Like,
I don't know, because I don't know about bad etiquette, but I think if a party starts at 8, maybe anytime after 10, 11,
yeah,
something, maybe around 11, after 11.
You think after? So a party. So you're saying
because at that point,
3 hours after the start of the party in your world is the point where now it's now you're being
because not even rude, I guess. At that point, I think it's just too late to show up.
Yeah.
Because at that point,
I mean, and I'm saying without an excuse, like,
yeah.
If somebody asks you to a party and you're like, oh, I got to work, or I got this other thing going on, but I'll come after that. Yeah. Like that to me is different. It's, if they say, oh, we're having a party, it starts at 8, do you want to come? And you're just like, sure. And then you show up at, 10:30. I think that's like, kind of like,
yeah,
I'm overdoing the like thing. No, I think that's where it becomes, a little rude.
I look at it like if a party starts at 8 And, you would assume that I would say between 8 and 9 that people are still showing up.
Right.
Most of the people that are going to that party, or a big probably percentage of people, not many people that I've known show up right at a party start time. You
Right.
do. You're early.
Yeah,
Not only is he showing up at 8, he's there at 7:45. He's helping set up.
Oh, yeah.
He's blowing up some last minute balloons.
Yeah, that's usually us. But it's
getting first dibs on the hot food.
Exactly. Yeah, it's completely selfish. It's to get first dibs on the good food, and it's so that we can get there. And then if we're there an hour, and
I'm showing up
usually
late.
we're gone before you get there.
A lot of times you are.
Yeah.
I know
and
that.
And we're leaving saying, I don't know if Alyssa's coming. I guess not.
You know what's funny, though, is you being at, we're talking mostly about Brandon's parties, obviously, but
right.
You being at.
Although we were also early for the Super Bowl party.
You being there does sometimes, if I'm trying to see you guys being there does make me
wow.
Has in the past made me like,
aw,
we got to get going because they're gonna be there at 6:45 for this 7 o'clock
party. Is it because you want to get to
and
see us before you leave? Before we leave, or is it just the pressure of, well, they're gonna have been there for like an hour? So
that too, both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, both.
Well, I'll take the nice one.
But no, I mean, I think within that first hour, people are still showing up. So then I would say you have about an hour-ish, hour and a half after that time, if you're really trying, unless you're just stopping in.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, because I will say, showing up to that Christmas party, we got there and I think we had maybe an hour or so until people started leaving because we got there so late. And that, coming from my experience, that part also isn't fun. Especially, I mean, if you're out maybe beforehand, then, maybe you're already in that like hyper party exciting mode. Mm-hmm. We came right from the house. So it was kind of like we were ready to start our night and everyone else was leaving and ending their night. Right. So that was kind of not as fun.
Right. Sure.
But yeah, I don't know.
So I'm gonna throw you under the bus right here live on the podcast. So one thing that you do that I find funny is you'll tell somebody
everything.
No, you'll tell that too. You'll tell somebody, okay, yep, getting ready to leave now, and then it'll be like an hour later, and there's still no Alyssa, and we're like, what does getting ready involve?
I do that. Because there's a lot of pressure when you're getting messages from people. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? So about to head out, and I'm stepping into the shower.
Yeah, that's
because that's happened too. We've been about to leave, and then Adrian will be texting in the group chat like, guys, Alyssa just got into the shower.
Yeah. So she's doing her hair.
Yeah, she's straightening her hair. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
And that's not really procrastinating or being late.
No, exactly. So, that's just me being dishonest.
I think I'm kind of curious about some of the areas that you find that you procrastinate in that you shouldn't, and some that you find that you procrastinate in that it's okay.
Okay. Well, I think that I procrastinate a lot in getting certain things, like fixing certain things. You know what I mean?
Like things that...
Like if I get a cracked screen.
Oh, like a screen on your phone. Yeah.
Or
a screen protector.
In the past, like if I get a nail in my tire and it's not bothering anybody, you know, I'll just leave it there until it becomes an issue.
Right. But see, I think it's funny because I think we had this discussion on the other one, but I find that's where I procrastinate is in those areas where It's not that important. It's not impacting somebody else.
It's not in like an immediate
Right.
fix of I have a nail in my tire and
And my tire's flat.
my tire's not staying inflated,
Yeah,
so I have
yeah.
to get it fixed. But I will say the downside of kind of that mindset that I've seen, at least for myself, is sometimes when you do put certain things off like that, then it becomes honestly worse because now I procrastinated it until now I have to fix it
Right.
in this moment and I might not be
Right.
prepared to
you
go
let it
spend.
become an emergency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now it's an issue of, oh, great, now I have to handle this right now. And can I handle this right now?
Well, yeah, or it's like I'm driving along the road and it becomes an issue.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
I'm stuck along the side of the road waiting for roadside assistance
So I
or
think certain things like
somebody with a
that,
jack.
certain things like that, I've noticed, yeah, sometimes when you procrastinate those kind of things, it might feel good in the moment to just
Yeah.
put it off, but then later on now when it's this bigger blown up snowball issue, now I realize why procrastination is not always great.
Yeah.
I don't really think that there's good procrastination though. I feel
I
like
think
I've,
well, yeah.
you know,
I would say there's low impact procrastination. Like I'm trying to think of a good
like
example.
if I have a bunch of laundry to do, if I
Yeah.
had a bunch of laundry, throw it in the wash, throw it in the dryer, throw the rest in the wash, throw the rest in the dryer. Now I have two big loads of laundry to fold. I put it off. Oh, whatever. And I'm not going to do it right now. It's not affecting anyone. You need a shirt, go grab it out of
Right.
I can just grab it from the laundry basket. Not worried about it.
I'll just go throw those clothes out and buy new ones.
Yeah, I'm going to just throw them in the garbage. That's solving all the issues. That is good procrastination. That's actually problem solving, not procrastination.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure, it costs a lot more that way, but
but I'm saving money because I don't need to buy a new tire right now.
right, that's true.
Um,
Because that nail's keeping all the air in.
I don't know why people even do that. Like it's literally a plug. But I think then over time, so in the moment, it'll feel good to not deal with it. It's not a problem. It's not hurting anybody. It's sure not affecting me. I'm just gonna leave it in there and I'm gonna worry about it another time.
Yeah.
Whatever, when I'm good and ready. But then now I need to do more laundry. I've been picking out of that basket, wearing
Right.
things in my closet. Now I need to do more laundry. Now I got 3 loads of laundry to fold.
Right.
Now it's like taking up a good chunk of my day to sit there and fold all these clothes.
The putting it on. I mean, that's the same thing. The one I always think of is cutting the grass.
Yeah.
The longer we wait to cut the grass, the more time it takes because, well, you got to cut slower because the mower gets, bogged down with like heavy grass and that. So it takes you longer then.
Yeah.
So it becomes more of a task, and that's probably true of like a lot of those kind of things that are. Because I was actually going to say, well, the one that's the one that I always think of is like cutting the grass, and well, it doesn't become a bigger deal, but it does because of exactly that.
Until you look at your yard, and now it's okay, great. Well, now we had a whole planned weekend this weekend, but now I'm looking at my yard like, okay, forget what we had planned this morning. We got to take care of this, or I got to be home early enough later now to do that.
Right, and then the party that you were supposed to go to, you're late for.
Which is fine because now you're showing up when I am at 9 p.m.
When the party should have started in the first place. The other thing about
but
that
there's not enough sandwiches left now.
The way I look at it is the party doesn't start till I get there anyway.
Same. So, which is funny when you're
it's weird
15 minutes early.
Yeah, it's weird if we're at the same party. And it doesn't start till I get there or you get there.
Now, I will say, going back to that, there is so on Friday, I think it was, we were going to have poker night at Brandon's house.
Okay.
But everyone ended up bailing except us. So we were really going to be the only ones there. And like normally if we do a game night at Brandon's, it's usually around 7, 8. I feel like 9. Us showing up at 9 is kind of pushing it, but that's probably the latest that we would show up for something like that. Because we're usually there so late anyway, but I don't know. Maybe it's getting older, but showing up for something like that, showing up to a party later is one thing, but showing up to something like that late, it's just kind of, I don't know, it feels weird. So
is it because like you're showing up to do something versus, you know, a party, it's just kind of hanging out and whatever?
I think because a party is more high energy and it's more expected that you're walking in and, you know, the mood's going to be up. But when we do game nights, you know, it's chill. I have sweatpants on. We're playing games. We're having drinks. We're just laying on the couch talking. So, yeah, it's just a different vibe. But we had to go to dinner. We had a dinner beforehand. So I had told him, oh, you know, maybe actually, we're going to go to dinner. So I'll let you know after. By the time we ended up getting out of the dinner, because they took so long, it was I think it was around 10-ish, 10:30. That, to me, that's too late to show up.
Yeah, I agree.
That's too, especially for something smaller like that. I think if he was having a party and we had just left dinner, I know people are still having a good time at 10:30, at like 10:30, you know? But for something like a game night that it would just be us showing up, I think it's a little bit different. That's where it's let's do this another day. Oh no.
Yeah, for those of you watching on video, a puppy just showed up.
And broke your headphones.
Oh, it broke my headphones. Oh, no, I didn't break them. They were already that way.
Yeah, so I also think different, you know, because at the same time, if I'm having, I guess it all it depends.
I'm just totally distracted by a puppy now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, so I agree with what you're saying, that like that scenario is worse, but I also don't think it's that much different.
I also think that going back to procrastination.
Yeah.
I don't even always think it's just grueling things that you procrastinate. I think it's just like it could be something that I love cleaning, but sometimes I think certain things, if in your mind it's just overwhelming, you're gonna procrastinate it. You're gonna put it off at least a little bit. I see a sink full of dishes. I love the after look of having a sink full of dishes that are clean or a dirty kitchen and then seeing the clean sparkly version.
I think my obsessive compulsive self is overwhelmed by the dishes, so it can't leave them there to procrastinate.
Sure.
I feel like you also tend to procrastinate like small things. You know what I mean? Like things that they're not important. Yes, they need to get done, but they're not important. Mm-hmm. And you know, I can do it later, and it'll be like organizational things. Not big tasks, right? Mm-hmm. But it's just like because it's not stopping you from doing something else, or it's not in the way of, or it's not something that's not all that visible to anybody except you. I feel like those are the kind of things that it's real easy to procrastinate on.
That's true. Like my closet, I've needed to organize my closet for a minute now, but it's exactly that. I mean, nobody's coming over and seeing it. So, and you know, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
for now.
It only impacts me, or
I get to reap the benefits off of it. But
yeah.
Maybe I should start making TikToks of me doing it, and then maybe I would be more motivated.
I see so many of those, and they always have those like the clicky sounds when they're putting things into containers. You know. What do they call that?
The airtight containers.
Well, just the whole.
ASMR.
ASMR. That's it.
Yeah, I know. I guess would it be the opposite side of procrastination, like motivation? Those videos are great motivation.
Oh, yeah.
If you need to do something. I love watching an organization video. It makes me want to organize everything in my house. That's what always gets me to my spice cabinet.
Yeah, but do you find that the challenge then becomes keeping it that way? Because like
Oh my
a lot
gosh,
of them
for
where
sure.
they'll put like they'll have everything in the I've seen ones where they have everything in the refrigerator organized in nice neat little bins, and right after they
Hmm.
do it, it's like wow, that's great. And then I think the first time somebody goes to get one of those things and they don't put it back the right way, then it's just like gonna look terrible because it's just all these bins that are disorganized and
I
just shriveled.
I have my spice cabinet where
Yeah.
it's my spice cabinet is all organized and stuff, and
Hmm.
everything is in its little container. And at first when I organized it, I was like, wow, these little things are so good. They look so cute. They um I mean, I feel like an influencer. And then one thing I didn't think about with it is that the containers, they're smaller. They're like your regular small spice or yeah, seasoning container. But the issue with them, I've realized is, I cook all the time. I'm always using the different seasonings. Some of them I'm using more often than others, like garlic powder and just
Right.
those kind of
Yeah.
essential.
Yeah, the common ones.
Yeah. I feel like I fly through them. And then it becomes a thing of trying to not procrastinate it and keeping them filled, which is just,
Yeah.
it's just sometimes it is annoying to, oh my God, I'm out of paprika again. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be kidding me. Then I got to go to the store, get the little plastic thing of it, go home, take it
Now you
off,
got to
like
fill the other one
fill it
again.
every
Yeah.
couple
Becomes
weeks.
like an extra task when you're already procrastinating, getting other tasks not done because you're
Yeah.
procrastinating, and
Just so that my
now you've made more
seasonings
work.
are in a cute glass
Yeah. So that when
container.
I open it, I hear the sound of angels singing.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah.
Because that's a situation that, okay, so that is something that I'm only reaping the benefits of it. Nobody
Correct.
else
Right.
cares that my seasonings are organized and in
Right.
little glass containers with little bamboo lids and like
Right.
aesthetic
Matching.
stickers on the front.
Nice little, nice, neatly little printed on the chalk, labels on the front of them. Yeah.
But I love the way it looks, and I think that stuff at the same time, it does make me feel calm looking in there and not
Yeah.
seeing just a bunch of seasonings everywhere in different containers and whatever. But that is definitely an extra task that you gotta
Yeah, it's
like
the
worry about.
challenge of keeping up with it. Another thing to procrastinate is keeping it organized.
Yeah,
It's like we're making more work for ourselves.
yeah,
So, do you think that there's a commonality in a person from a personality standpoint of people who procrastinate and people who are late?
yes, because you're
Like I feel like
procrastinating getting
yeah,
ready.
I feel like exactly. I feel like they're like different sides of the same personality, right? Because like
Um,
or being late places is the result of being a procrastinator.
I think so because I feel like if you have that trait, which I sometimes do, um, I think that when I worked at an office, if I am getting ready and I have just one extra minute or clip this out. If I have just one extra minute of oh cool, I,
Watch cartoons.
I can yeah, I
No.
can watch TV or
Yeah.
I can sit on the phone. I don't have to
You can
leave for 5
scroll.
more
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
Let me scroll. Let me
Then that
let me try
it's
and
like
curl my hair in this amount of time. Let me switch up my outfit actually since I have more time. I rushed to put this outfit on, but actually now I'm done a little early. Let me do
yeah.
this. Now I use every minute of that 5 minutes to the extent that now I'm over. Now I'm into
Yeah.
7-8 minutes and now I'm late when I could have just instead of sitting at home for that extra 5 minutes, could have just left.
Yeah.
And if
And
anything, be waiting
so
or early.
are you an alarm clock person? Like do you have an alarm that goes off to wake you up or do you just wake up?
Yeah, sometimes.
I mean, but you
I
try to
I
wake up
have
the
an
same time
alarm.
every day, right?
Yeah, I have an alarm set.
So
Yeah.
do you ever wake up like say 20 minutes before that time and you're like, "Oh, I'm awake. Oh, I should just get up." And then you're like, "No, you know what? I'm still tired though." And you roll over and you go back to sleep and then you oversleep by 5 minutes.
You know what I
That
do?
happens to me like a
I
lot.
always, when I set an alarm, this is actually something that I am proud of. But let's say I want to get up at 7. Like
Mhm.
7 is my alarm clock time.
Right.
What I do is obviously I have my alarm set for 7 as the time for me to actually get up, but I also set an alarm for 6:30. So
Like the warning alarm.
so my first alarm goes off at 6:30 to kind of just wake me up out of that
Yeah.
initial deep sleep,
Right.
and then I'll snooze it. I'll lay there for a little bit,
See,
and then my 7 o'clock alarm goes off, and I'm usually more awake to
yeah,
wake up for that.
because you knew it was coming, and yeah.
Hmm.
See, the trick back in the day used to be that you would like when people used alarm clocks instead of their cell phones or smartwatches or whatever. It used to be like set the clock like ahead by 15 minutes, so it would think it was 7:15 when it was really 7 o'clock,
Oh
and then
yeah.
your alarm was set for
So you freak
for
out.
7 o'clock, and yeah, you'd wake up early not realizing you're waking up early. And I never understood when people did, because I never did that, but I know people did that. And I never understood that because it's like, yeah, but after like day 3, I'm like, no, it's really 7. It's like out when you push the clocks back, that first day or two, I'm going, no, it's not 7 o'clock. It's really, 8 o'clock.
I've known people that will set their car time like 10 minutes ahead
Uh,
just to, I
Force them to
guess,
be on time
give
for
them that
work.
extra jolt of like, oh wait, I'm late
Yeah,
or
but
whatever, but
I
you
mean,
know it's
again,
10 minutes
yeah,
ahead.
you
So
did it. Somebody does it for you and doesn't tell you that. And even then, after the third day, and you're like, "Wait, my car said 10, or my car said it was 8 o'clock, and it's only
Mhm.
7:50 when I got in the building." Like
Yeah,
at some point, you're just gonna
you
realize it,
know your
and
clock is ahead.
yeah, that doesn't make
Um,
sense. So that's not a good trick for not being late.
no, that's what, but I do set I'll set my alarm like 30 minutes before I actually have to get up just
Hmm.
because it makes it a lot. I used to be somebody that, whatever time my alarm is going off, I'm snoozing it. But now, I've learned to play my own game.
I think, like, especially if you're talking about getting up for work and getting to work on time, I think the best trick for not getting to work late is not leaving your house late. Like, if you know that your ride to work takes you 20 minutes and you leave 20 minutes before you need to be to work, you're setting yourself up for failure. If you leave, especially even worse, if you know it takes you 20 minutes to get to work and you don't leave until 15 minutes before, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the best trick is if you need to be to it takes you 20 minutes to drive to work, leave 30 minutes before.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's true. I remember when I worked in an office, that it was always like if I left, I always knew the lights. Like the light sequence, it was always on a timer. So anytime I left, I don't know, I think it was really down to the minute. If I left at a certain time, I knew I was gonna be late. If I left 3 minutes outside of my normal time, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It threw off the entire thing because now I knew if I show up to that specific light at a specific time, let's just say 6:35,
Hmm.
the light switches over at 6:36.
Oh wow, you knew it to
I know
that
what
level.
time the light turned, so
I
yeah.
mean, but even that, if you're
And it was a long
if
light
you're
too.
leaving for work and you're relying on the lights to be a certain schedule,
Mhm.
you're leaving too late.
Ugh.
Like
Well, no, but it was like,
because now it's different if to me it's different if well, my normal route to work is this way. And there was a bad accident and the road was shut down, so I had to detour. I got stuck behind traffic or whatever.
mhm.
That's different. But it shouldn't be like, well, yeah, I'm 3 minutes late because the lights were not in my favor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It shouldn't
here's
be.
what do you think is for meetings? What do you think is an acceptable amount of time to be late for a
To be
meeting?
late for a meeting, like a work meeting,
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes. If you're going to be more than 5 minutes late, especially if you're somebody who's, if you're like, there's like required and optional. If you're one of the people who's required on a meeting and you're more than 5 minutes late, that's actually one of my pet peeves. It's disrespectful for the other people who,
Yeah.
because all those other people on that meeting probably have other things that they need to be doing. And if you're supposed to be there and you're not, and it's more than 5 minutes, you're wasting their time.
I look at it more like if I'm holding a meeting, if I'm the one hosting a meeting and you're showing up late like that, now it gives us less time
True.
to talk about what we need to talk
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah. If you're the one who's like actually
Yeah.
the meeting host, yeah, that's even
Now I
worse.
have less time to
One thing,
discuss.
and I may have talked about this before, but one thing that I like that the people that I work with who are in Germany seem to do, because they're the only ones I've noticed do this. I think some people in the U.S. have started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They won't schedule a meeting for 30 minutes. They'll schedule it for 25 minutes or 55 minutes instead of an
Oh
hour,
yeah.
because that gives you a 5 minute buffer to your next meeting. So if you do run over long, or if somebody has a back-to-back calls and they need that 5 minutes for a biological break, it gives you a buffer.
Oh
I
yeah.
really like that. I'm a big advocate of that. I don't do it myself, and I should, but um, because, like I said, it just gives you that buffer. Because there's nothing more frustrating to me than when somebody does get on a call like 10 minutes late, and everybody else who was on the call was waiting for them, and they'll tell you, "Well, sorry, I had back-to-back calls."
Yeah.
You know,
That's crazy.
back-to-back calls in general are a frustration of mine. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, I don't have too many of those. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know like even especially home projects, man, I have this I have this I need to get an outlet cover cuz like whatever outlet cover they put on the outlet,
Mm-hmm.
they're just cheap.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I have some extras, but mine are cheap too.
Those are cheap and they like I don't know, it came off. And like
I
the nail in it, like it the center part where you screw it in, it broke. So
oh,
then the
okay.
nail didn't stick in. I don't know.
It's not a nail; it's a screw. But
Nobody cares. But no, so it came off.
you know what to get? Get the ones like we got that have a nightlight on them. They're great.
Oh yeah. See, I
I
was just
really
gonna
like those
call.
ones.
We were gonna put in a maintenance request because like
Yeah,
I like to utilize my amenities.
yeah. Well,
But
and like, not for nothing, but you're paying for it. It's part of your rent. You're paying for it.
that makes me procrastinate more on like, well, they're gonna take forever anyway, so I'm not in any rush to put
Yeah,
that in. But then I'm also gonna take forever if I do it myself. So
right.
really, what are we doing here?
Yeah. If somebody's gonna take forever, let it be them.
Yeah.
I don't need extra things to procrastinate about.
Yeah. Or my string lights. You know, last time we filmed this, I
Still,
talked about my string lights. Still haven't gotten them up.
there you are.
Still haven't
So
gotten them up.
that's that's the definition of procrastination.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So I don't think.
I've gotten everything done that I said I was gonna get done since the last time we recorded this.
Oh,
No,
good.
I did. I don't think I talked about anything that I was gonna get done.
No, I just think that, procrastination, it's not always about things that you hate. Sometimes it's about things that you really do want to get done. But
Yeah.
I think when you work a full-time job, and it's not to make excuses, because I know, there's millionaires out there that are just sleeping 3 hours a day, but
That's true.
I need my 8 hours and I like to relax sometimes. But you know what does help me? I sometimes when I finish work, I'll finish work and I'll be like, okay, I am going to give myself, like, if I need to clean the house or do laundry or whatever I need to do, I will finish work and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to chill for like an hour or two.
Right.
Whether that means taking a nap, scrolling on my phone, just whatever it is, I'm going to give myself 2 hours to just chill,
Right.
and then I'm going to get up and start doing what I need to do. And that always works for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is good. I think you're right. I think it's good to schedule downtime.
Yeah.
Scheduled downtime is a good thing because it helps keeps you like motivated to do the other things you need to do so you don't procrastinate.
Yeah. But then you're still
And then
getting
when you don't procrastinate, you won't be late.
that time to do what we all love to do, which is nothing.
Yeah. I don't like doing nothing. I like doing
Really?
fun things.
You don't ever just sitting there
Staring at the wall.
scrolling on TikTok,
It's not my favorite. It's not my
Instagram,
favorite. It's not my favorite.
YouTube Shorts.
No, except for the A&M podcast YouTube shorts. No, it's not my favorite.
Love those.
Because here's my problem when you do that for too long is I feel like that's time that could have been spent better.
I guess.
Like after I'm
That's
doing
why
that for a
I
while,
schedule
I'm like,
it though.
I go, what am I doing? And I go, find something to do. And it's not. I'm not saying not doing fun things.
Do you
I'm just
lay
saying
in
there's
bed
no-
at night and
No.
just do that?
No.
Like by the time
I
you
watch
go into bed,
I watch
you just
like
go to
TV
sleep.
shows out in the living room. Then when I'm getting too tired from watching those shows, I go to bed.
So when you go in your room, you go right to sleep. You're not like
Pretty
laying
much,
in
yeah.
there just scrolling
Pretty
on your
much.
phone.
No. If I lay in bed and scroll on my phone, my phone will fall on the floor in about 2 minutes, and I'll be asleep.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not that person. I can't lay in bed and do that kind of stuff.
Really? That's
Yeah.
so
No, if
crazy
I'm laying
to
down,
me.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
Oh my gosh.
I have a health condition that makes me unusually drowsy. Yeah, we won't talk about it.
We'll talk about it on the next episode. We'll talk about our health conditions
Yeah.
because we don't have HEPA laws here. Is it HEPA?
It's HIPAA, but also we do. Yeah. HEPA's
What
a
is
filter.
HEPA?
It's a filter, like your vacuum.
Crying. Clip that too.
So yeah, I will. I'll just fix it so you actually say
filter for
HIPAA.
the vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Wait. Paste this over it.
Okay.
HIPAA.
No, I'm gonna do it in my voice, so it's just
Yeah.
you go, we don't have, and then HIPAA.
Like,
Yeah.
you have reached the phone number for Alyssa Faust. Because this is so off topic, but why when you do things like that is your voice so different? Like,
Yeah,
I
I don't
never
know.
sound like that any other time
Yeah.
except when I'm okay. And place your name in
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Alyssa Faust.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because they're filling in the blank, and it just never works.
Yeah. Anyways.
All right. That's our thoughts on being late and procrastinating and HIPAA laws. So, have a good one.
Bye.